the king of sprinting, the world champion.
Noah Lyles.
Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles promised us gold from Noah Lyles. Lyles!
Four, baby. By the grace of God.
The king of sprinting, the world champion.
50, Lyles trying to find something.
He is special. All-time greats.
Be the fastest man on the planet.
Noah Lyles was born on July 18, 1997, in Gainesville, Florida, and grew up in Alexandria, Virginia. From an early age, he was surrounded by sports. Both of his parents had been track athletes, and his older brother shared a natural speed. This created a nurturing but competitive environment where discipline, focus, and athleticism were part of daily life. Noah's childhood was not without challenges. He battled asthma, which made physical activity a struggle, and he navigated ADHD, requiring him to develop focus and resilience far beyond his age. These obstacles, instead of holding him back, built a mental toughness that would later define his approach to competition. Homeschooled in his early years, Noah balanced academics with sports, exploring gymnastics, running, and other physical activities. These experiences enhanced his coordination, strength, and agility, and his exceptional speed and competitive spirit began to show even in casual races with peers and family. Local track meets and youth competitions became proving grounds. Noah thrived in the challenge, learning about pacing, pressure, and strategy. Each race was an opportunity to grow mentally and physically, teaching him the discipline and focus needed for elite athletics long before he reached the national stage. His family played a pivotal role in his development. Parents instilled the value of routine and persistence, while his brother provided friendly rivalry that pushed him to constantly improve. This combination of support and challenge created a mindset where victories were celebrated, but growth was always the ultimate goal. By adolescence, Noah had not only developed impressive physical talent, but also the mental framework of a future champion. Early setbacks, whether health issues, learning challenges, or losses in competition, became lessons in resilience. These experiences laid the foundation for the relentless drive that would later define his rise in the world of professional sprinting. Reflecting on these formative years, it's clear that Noah's path was shaped by more than speed. His early life cultivated determination, focus, and the courage to confront challenges head-on, creating the groundwork for a career that would eventually captivate the world stage. Every struggle, every small victory contributed to a young athlete prepared to chase greatness with unwavering resolve. As Noah Lyles entered his teenage years, his talent on the track became undeniable. Local and state competitions revealed a rare combination of speed, strength, and focus. Even at a young age, he raced with poise, instinctively reading opponents and executing strategy at the critical moments of each race. In 2014, at just 17, Noah represented the United States at the Youth Olympic Games. Competing against the world's top young athletes, he delivered a golden performance in the 200 meters. This victory marked his first major international success and signaled that he was not just a local prodigy, but a rising global contender. Following this, Noah dominated the U.S. junior circuit, consistently winning national titles and setting records. These competitions tested his speed, endurance, and mental resilience. Each race taught him the value of discipline, focus, and preparation, shaping a young athlete who understood that talent alone would not guarantee long-term success. Alongside victories came challenges, minor injuries, occasional losses, and the pressure of growing expectations forced Noah to adapt. He learned to analyze mistakes, refine his technique, and approach every race with greater strategy. Each setback became a lesson, every challenge a step toward maturity as a competitor. By 2016, at just 19, Noah faced a defining choice: continue collegiate competition or turn professional. He chose the latter, signing a sponsorship deal with Adidas. This decision provided financial security and resources, but also introduced new pressures. He now had to prove himself on the world stage against seasoned professionals. Early professional competitions were a test of skill and mental fortitude. Diamond League appearances introduced him to a higher level of competition, where every hundredth of a second mattered. Some races ended in frustration, yet others confirmed his talent, particularly in the 200 meters, where his smooth mechanics and explosive finishes drew attention from fans and analysts alike. Beyond physical performance, Noah began mastering the mental demands of professional sport. He learned to handle media scrutiny, navigate travel schedules, and balance sponsorship obligations while remaining focused on improvement. These experiences strengthened his resilience and strategic approach to racing. By the end of this phase, Noah had transformed from a teenage prodigy into a serious contender on the global stage. Early victories victories, setbacks, and careful career choices had forged a sprinter capable of competing with the best. These formative professional years laid the groundwork for the next chapter of his career. By the early 2000s, Noah Lyles had cemented his position in rivalries. Fans and analysts alike recognized him not just for raw talent, but for the intelligence and timing that defined his races. At the 2019 World Championships in Doha, Noah focused on his specialty, the 200 meters, and anchored the US team in the 4x100 meters relay. His anchor leg secured gold for Team USA, reinforcing his ability to deliver under pressure. While he did not run the individual 100 meters, his dominance in the 200 meters and decisive relay performance cemented his status as the world's leading sprinter in his signature event. The 2023 World Championships in Budapest marked a historic moment in Lyles' career. He achieved the remarkable triple gold, winning the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters relay. This accomplishment made him the first man since Usain Bolt to capture all three events at a single World Championship. Analysts highlighted the distinction between Lyles and Bolt. Whereas Bolt dominated from the start, Lyles' strength lay in his late race surge, earning him admiration as a masterful closer. The 2024 Paris Olympics added both glory and extraordinary challenge. In the 100 meters, Lyles claimed gold with his signature finishing speed, thrilling the world and confirming his status as a household name. In the 200 meters, he faced an unprecedented obstacle, testing positive for COVID-19 just 2 days before the final. Despite his illness, he secured bronze in 19.74 seconds, a heroic performance that left him physically exhausted and requiring a wheelchair immediately after the race. Fans and commentators hailed the effort as a testament to resilience and determination. These Olympic moments emphasized both physical talent and mental fortitude. Winning gold while navigating pandemic-era uncertainty and medaling in the 200 meters while battling illness showcased Noah's extraordinary capacity to perform under extreme pressure. His performances captured global attention, inspiring admiration not just for speed, but for courage and perseverance. Between championships, Lyles' style became increasingly iconic. Unlike predecessors who relied on explosive starts, his races were defined by timing, patience, and precision. Fans and analysts marveled as he closed races with relentless acceleration, turning every final 40 meters into a spectacle of power and strategy. Off the track, Noah's rising profile amplified the significance of every race. Social media, television coverage, and sponsorships heightened public interest, and comparisons to sprinting legends became frequent. While some drew parallels to Usain Bolt, others emphasized Lyles' different strengths, a closer's mentality, tactical brilliance, and consistency in his signature distance. By the end of this period, Noah had accumulated an impressive array of medals, records, and public recognition. His dominance in the 200 meters, Olympic triumphs, and strategic racing style solidified his reputation as one of the most formidable sprinters of his era. Fans celebrated not just his times, but the style, confidence, and precision with which he competed. These peak years represented the crescendo of his rise. Noah Lyles had transitioned from teenage prodigy to global superstar, mastering his signature distance and navigating extraordinary challenges with skill and determination. As Noah Lyles' achievements multiplied on the track, his presence off it grew equally significant. Major sponsorships, led by Adidas, brought financial security and resources, allowing him to focus fully on training and recovery. These deals reflected his rising marketability and cemented his status as one of track and field's most recognizable stars. Beyond Adidas, Lyles attracted partnerships with lifestyle and sports brands, from watches to apparel lines. Each collaboration amplified his visibility, transforming him from a champion sprinter into a global figure whose influence extended into fashion, fitness, and youth culture. His endorsements were more than financial. They reflected his image as a confident, stylish, and charismatic athlete. Social media became another stage for Noah's persona. Through Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms, he shared glimpses of training, travel, and lifestyle, connecting with millions of fans worldwide. His posts blended authenticity with aspirational appeal, strengthening his personal brand and reinforcing the image of a modern athlete capable of influencing culture beyond competition. These sponsorships and media visibility carried weighty expectations. Fans and sponsors alike began to view Noah not just as a sprinter, but as the face of track and field in a new era. Every race, interview, or appearance was magnified, creating pressure to maintain dominance and embody the persona that his endorsements had helped craft. In effect, Lyles' fame and financial success became intertwined with his athletic identity. Endorsements, social media, media and brand collaborations did more than reward his victories. They shaped public perception, turning each stride on the track into a story of excellence, style, and influence. His career became a blueprint for how modern sprinters could leverage performance into global impact. By mastering both sport and image, Noah solidified his role as a leader in the world of athletics. His off-track presence amplified his reach, inspiring aspiring athletes, while demonstrating how strategic partnerships and personal branding could elevate a champion's legacy far beyond medals and time. By 2025, Noah Lyles had become more than an elite sprinter. He was a public figure, a champion whose words carried nearly as much weight as his medals. In interviews, he often spoke candidly about his aspirations, declaring himself among the all-time greats of sprinting. These statements inspired fans, projecting confidence and ambition, yet they also attracted scrutiny from critics who saw them as bordering on arrogance. Analysts debated the fine line between self-assurance and ego. Some praised Lyles' boldness, suggesting that a champion must think and speak like a winner. Others argued that his public declarations occasionally overshadowed his performances, creating expectations that were difficult to meet and inviting intensified media criticism. Every interview, every quote became fodder for discussions about character, mentality, and the pressures of elite sport. The emergence of rivals added another layer of tension. Jamaica's Oblique Seville, a younger sprinter, began challenging Lyles' dominance in early 2025. At the Lausanne Diamond League meet, Seville edged Lyles in the 200 meters, marking a rare defeat and signaling that a new era of competition was approaching. For Noah, this loss was not merely a result on the scoreboard, but a psychological test, reconciling confidence with vulnerability and learning to navigate rising threats to his supremacy. Behind the scenes, the pressures of sprinting extended far beyond training and competition. The mental demands were relentless, maintaining focus amid constant public attention, managing expectations from sponsors, and preparing for races where every hundredth of a second could define legacy. These battles were often invisible, yet they shaped Noah's responses on the track and influenced how he approached every race. Commentary from coaches, analysts, and former champions highlighted the delicate balance he faced. Confidence could fuel performance, but when coupled with public declarations and media scrutiny, it could also become a double-edged sword. Each victory brought praise, each defeat magnified discussions about ego, and each emerging rival tested his mental resilience in ways that pure physical training could not address. As Oblique Seville and other young sprinters rose, Noah's public persona and outspoken confidence became intertwined with his identity as a competitor. Fans admired his bravado, but every high-profile loss, every tightly contested race, reflected the pressures of living up to both personal claims and public expectations. The intersection of ego, ambition, and sport was a defining feature of this period in his career. In essence, these months illustrated that athletic greatness was as much a psychological battle as a physical one. Noah's outspoken nature, his belief in his own abilities, and the emergence of formidable rivals created a narrative of tension and challenge. The world watched as the reigning champion confronted not only opponents on the track, but also the weight of expectation, fame, and the delicate balance between confidence and ego. The 2025 season began with uncertainty for Noah Lyles. After years of dominance, he faced a new challenge, an ankle injury that limited his training and forced him to reduce the number of races he could compete in. For a sprinter whose power and top-end speed relied on flawless preparation, even a minor setback posed serious consequences. Early season meets exposed the fragility of Lyles' supremacy. Oblique Seville, a younger and hungry sprinter, began asserting himself as a serious rival. At the Lausanne Diamond League, Seville narrowly edged Lyles in the 200 meters, marking a symbolic shift in the sprinting hierarchy. Analysts noted that Lyles' ankle struggles and limited race preparation were exposing vulnerabilities that had been hidden in previous seasons. The media quickly framed Tokyo 2025 as a defining moment. Commentators and fans speculated whether Noah could maintain his top status, or if the emergence of Seville and other young competitors signaled the beginning of a new era. Expectations were enormous. Every stride would be scrutinized, every hundredth of a second dissected, as the world watched a champion confronting both physical limitations and the pressure of a changing competitive landscape. Noah entered Tokyo with the weight of his legacy pressing down. His 200 meters record and previous victories had set him up as the favorite, but the ankle injury, limited racing, and Seville's momentum created a palpable tension. Behind the scenes, his team focused on recovery, strategy, and mental preparation, knowing that the championship could redefine his career trajectory. The 100-meter meters final delivered the dramatic upset that the season had hinted at. Seville, riding the confidence of pre-Worlds victories, executed a near-perfect race, overtaking Noah in the final meters. Lyles finished with bronze, behind Seville and Kashane Thompson, marking his first loss in a major 100 meters final since 2023. It was a humbling moment, signaling that even champions could be vulnerable when rivals and circumstances aligned against them. Despite the setback in the 100 meters, Lyles triumphed in his signature 200 meters, claiming gold and reaffirming his mastery over the distance that had defined his career. Yet the victory was tempered by the realization that his previously unassailable aura of dominance had been challenged. Fans and analysts alike debated the implications, a continuation of brilliance or the start of a decline. Tokyo 2025 highlighted the duality of elite sprinting, moments of glory, intertwined with vulnerability. For Lyles, it was a season that tested not only physical capability, but mental resilience. Facing injury, media scrutiny, and a rising generation of competitors, he was forced to confront the reality that legacy is never guaranteed. It must be continuously earned. Analysts emphasized the broader significance of the championship. While Lyles' ankle and pre-season struggles explained part of the outcome, the rise of younger sprinters like Seville marked a tangible shift in the sport. The crown of sprinting was no longer a given, and Noah's carefully built image of invincibility had been challenged in the most public of arenas. For fans, Tokyo 2025 was both thrilling and sobering. It showcased the drama of elite sport, where preparation, health, and competition converged to produce moments of triumph and defeat. For Noah Lyles, it was a turning point, a reminder that even the fastest man in the world must adapt, evolve, and confront the relentless march of new challengers if he wishes to remain at the top. In the wake of Tokyo 2025, the world of track and field shifted its gaze toward Noah Lyles with a mix of admiration and scrutiny. His 100 meters defeat to oblique Seville sparked intense media coverage, with commentators debating whether the reigning 200 meters champion could reclaim absolute dominance in sprinting's most prestigious events. Headlines oscillated between praise for his resilience and speculation about the vulnerabilities exposed in his performances. Public reaction mirrored the media's mixed tone. Fans flooded social media with messages of support, celebrating his 200 meters gold and reminding the world of his extraordinary talent. Yet criticism emerged as well, focusing on the 100 meters loss, his outspoken confidence, and questions about whether his persona had become entwined with ego. The result was a highly polarized narrative, where Noah's achievements were celebrated even as his failures were magnified. Analysts noted the subtle ways perception shaped expectations. Noah's public confidence, once seen purely as inspiration, was now scrutinized under a harsher lens. Every statement, interview, and race was dissected for evidence of arrogance or vulnerability. The discourse suggested that Lyles' image as the face of modern sprinting carried both opportunity and peril, a platform that amplified victories, but made even minor setbacks seem monumental. Behind the headlines, Noah faced the psychological weight of public perception. He had to balance his own competitive ambitions with the relentless gaze of fans and media, who had come to expect dominance as a constant. The interplay between ego, expectation, and performance became a defining factor, influencing how he prepared for races and navigated sponsorships, interviews, and social engagement. Despite the scrutiny, reflections from coaches, former athletes, and commentators emphasized the importance of context. Lyles' 100 meters defeat was not a collapse, but a reminder that elite competition is fluid and that younger rivals, like Seville, were emerging at the top tier. In this light, his career was still marked by brilliance and resilience, and the Tokyo setbacks were framed as part of the natural ebb and flow of sporting legacies. Tokyo 2025 thus created a narrative crossroads for Noah Lyles. Fans and critics alike debated the trajectory of his career, but underlying it all was a recognition of his extraordinary talent, dedication, and achievements. The ripple effects highlighted how public image, media narratives, and perception of confidence could influence the story of a champion, sometimes unfairly, yet never diminishing the reality of the athlete's accomplishments. In the aftermath, Lyles stood at a pivotal moment, reflecting on past victories, acknowledging emerging threats, and preparing for the challenges ahead. The championship had redefined the sprinting landscape, and for Noah, it was both a humbling experience and a call to reaffirm his place among the elite. The world watched closely, aware that the next chapter could once again elevate him or test the limits of his resilience. As 2026 began, Noah Lyles approached the new season with renewed determination. After the highs and lows of Tokyo 2025, he focused on both indoor and upcoming outdoor competitions, carefully adjusting training to strengthen his body and refine his technique. Every sprint, every drill was a step toward reclaiming confidence and form. His coaching team emphasized incremental progress, balancing recovery with intensity. Training updates showed a sprinter aware of the demands of elite sport, integrating strength work, sprint mechanics, and mental conditioning to regain his edge. Noah's commitment signaled that setbacks had not diminished his drive. If anything, they had sharpened it. Mentors and teammates highlighted his persistence. Veteran sprinters and coaches remarked on his resilience, noting that few athletes faced public scrutiny and injury with the focus Noah demonstrated. Interviews captured Lyles reflecting candidly on past seasons, emphasizing growth, passion, and the lessons learned from both victory and defeat. Beyond medals and times, Noah's mindset became central to his narrative. He spoke of legacy not as a guarantee, but as a journey where persistence and adaptation defined greatness. Every session on the track became a statement of intent that even after challenges, he remained committed to excellence and to inspiring the next generation. The story of Noah Lyles reminded the world that athletic greatness is rarely linear. Peaks and valleys are inevitable, but resilience, focus, and relentless effort can sustain an elite career. As he looked ahead to 2026, the message was clear. While setbacks tested him, they could not define him. His journey continued, and the possibilities for triumph remained alive. In essence, Lyles' legacy is not measured solely by medals, but by perseverance. Greatness, as his career illustrates, is built through the determination to rise after setbacks, the courage to face emerging rivals, and the unwavering passion for the sport. The track may test him again, but Noah's story is far from finished. It is defined by persistence, hope, and the relentless pursuit of excellence.